So they're making Valentine's Day a political issue, and I don't like it because oftentimes we make everything political and nobody wants to listen to the other side. Obviously, as you guys know, with what happened in 2020 with the entire cure, I'm just gonna leave it at that, the treatment. No, there's like half the side that didn't want to take it and half the side that did want to take it, and encouraging, or not even encouraging, but like attempting to force other people to take it, which it when it gets political, you can see the kind of destruction that kind of causes. So this entire thing about Valentine's Day, I saw like this video on Ebba and Preach, and I was just like, what? There's people out there who are actually upset about this stuff, which as I did some research, I could see why.
I'll ask the question, fellas, when was the last time somebody got you a dozen roses and a box of chocolates for Valentine's Day? Fellas,
okay.
When was the last time somebody took you out to dinner? Maybe paid for the hotel and the bottle of champagne. When was the last time, fellas? That's all I'm saying.
Nobody said that Valentine's Day was only for the men to treat the women. Where does it say that?
Nobody
Is there
said
a manual where it says that?
Some
no.
things aren't said. They're just implied. They're implied by behavior. They're implied by action that's gone over time and time again. Nobody had to write a rule book on how this goes, but if my wife did not get me a dozen roses, which she never does on Valentine's Day, I'm not going to hold it over her head for a year.
So they're talking about how men are always the one who go out there and make the purchases for women, and oftentimes men aren't exactly the ones who get anything in return, which I found pretty interesting. So I heard that and I was like, is that really true? Do they really do that? And so when I went to go do some research, it turns out that men are pretty much the big spenders in Valentine's Day, which is absolutely insane. It blew my mind because every single time Valentine's Day came, I never even gave it a second thought. Like, it never crossed my mind because these are things that we are never really aware of. But as they brought this up, as Abba and Preach brought this up, and then they ended up talking about this, and then I started realizing that, yeah, men are the ones that are going out there to the flower shops and to wherever the place is, and they're purchasing their wives, girlfriends, or whatever the case is, flowers or gifts. I'm not even kidding when I tell you that. Like today, when I ended up going to get some flowers, I ended up buying some flowers for my mom. I ended up going to buy some flowers, and I could not believe the line and the people. It was mostly men who were in there. I never noticed that. And it's crazy because I've gone to the flower shop almost every year on Valentine's Day to get gifts for people in my family, and never ever did it cross my mind to take a look at the demographic. And now that I took a look at it. I even recorded some, and I was just so shocked at the fact that there was more men than women. I was like, what's going on? To be fair though, I will say this, that women don't exactly think about getting gifts for men when it comes to flowers or roses or whatever the case is. Because as I was taking a look at some of the women who were getting gifts for their husband, there was never any flowers. Instead, it was always something useful, something like colognes, socks, undergarments. To show you guys what I mean or what that looks like, I went to TikTok because obviously TikTok, they're celebrating. So they want to show off to people, hey, look, this is what I got my husband, or this is what I got my boyfriend. Now, of course, there are some people that are fake, okay? And I can't tell who is who, but when I went to go take a look at some of these people who were giving gifts, I made sure to go, this isn't an exact fact that they have a boyfriend or a husband, but I did end up going over to their page to see if they had anything to do with like a boyfriend or a husband, and some of them did. So, and even gamers, even they're creating little gifts, virtual gifts. So I thought that was pretty interesting. I kind of wanted to show you guys too, like, hey, listen, man, I may have not seen any women in a flower shop, but it makes sense for them not to go there because they, the society norm is that, men don't like flowers. Men wouldn't want flowers. They would like something that's useful, like, undergarments, socks, briefs, whatever the case, maybe even tools, because that's the kind of things that we associate men with. There was also some delusional people that were just posting stuff that was kind of ridiculous. Now, this video, I don't like it because it makes women look like they want more than what they can have. But the reality is that women were fighting in the comment section talking about, I would want those, I would care for that, I would love it if my man just got me that, I wouldn't even want anything else. There is a clip that I kind of want to show you guys because I kind of wanted to highlight it.
Men know how important Valentine's Day is to women, so if he doesn't get you a gift, That's him communicating with energy that he's a bad boyfriend. And as a bad boyfriend, he's trying to tell you that you should dump him.
The fact that she said that if your husband doesn't buy you or your boyfriend doesn't buy you a gift, that he doesn't love you, I think that is so simplistic and very, very underdeveloped. And it definitely sends the wrong message out to people, especially women, because then these women get told that this is the case. And so immediately they start to question their relationship, when in reality, probably the man doesn't even believe in Valentine's Day. He's probably money savvy and he knows that this entire holiday is probably a scam. Some people see it like that. And I'm not going to sit there and try to convince them that it's not, because I don't think it's a scam. But some people say it's a scam because people are always hyping up this holiday. And as you can see, based off of what I showed you guys earlier, the men spent a lot of money. As a matter of fact, more was spent this year than it was last year. We ended up spending around 25 billion this year just on Valentine's Day, which means that this market is really big. So he's probably not insane to think that this entire holiday is probably just another way to spend money, which again, I don't think it's bad. But right now at the moment, a lot of Americans are struggling financially. So I think that it's best to just kind of hold back. However, it's still very difficult because most of the gifts, most of the bouquet of roses, they've shot up. They have definitely shot up. I believe they used to be around like 60 last year, and now they've made, or they probably were 70. Now they're 80%. I mean, not 80%, $80 for a bouquet of roses, which is absolutely insane. So he's not insane to think that. And sometimes there's other people who just don't want to celebrate the holiday because they believe that they show their wives every day that they love them, and they don't need a holiday to show you, the woman, or maybe even the man, that they love you. And they probably don't even want to participate on this holiday because they probably have negative associations with this holiday. I mean, think about it, man. Some women and most men, they go years without ever receiving a gift. It can really make someone soulless when they don't receive any gifts. So think about it. Do you really think that like it's fair to say that your hubby or your boyfriend doesn't like this day because he doesn't love you? Like, is it really fair to say that? Because oftentimes the people who never received anything for years probably associate this holiday with undesirability or maybe even solitude. If you want your significant other to participate, I think that the best way to get them to participate is by giving them great experiences. Kind of like lead them out of that barrier or that sphere of undesirability or solitude by giving them gifts, slowly introducing them into the Valentine's Day spirit. Yeah, but other than that, I think that that's pretty much that I have for you guys. Let's not try to politicize holidays or anything else, please. I just want to just like live the day and just enjoy it with my family. Today I got to enjoy it with my family. I had fun. So yeah, I just want to go ahead and leave you guys with that. And yeah, hopefully you guys learned something today.